I probably could go on listing his accomplishments. This is a man that we have an immense amount of respect for.
Please welcome Dr. Ben Carson.
It's great to be with a group of hard-working American patriots who love their country. Simple reality is that every American is struggling. They can only hide that fact for so long. And the government is just interested in power and control.
It's just craziness. And we need to get back to what made America great once again.
My concentration is to make sure that we get in place a leader who can help to salvage this country. And President Donald J. Trump is the person to do that.
Dr. Carson, everybody. This is how you doing, everybody? Great to see you. This is a homecoming for Dr. Carson.
Today is Saturday, June the 22nd, 2024. And today I would like to deal with Big Benjamin, old Uncle Ben Carson. And we're going to explore why it is important that you let go of people who have demonstrated they are not for you, regardless of their race and any promises they've made to you, because they are inconsistent. And I also want you to piece together these puzzle pieces from the videos I have done in the last week so that you can begin to understand why the medical field has been a significant target as I have sought to find the perpetrators who help make decisions about a genocide initiative. This song here is a marching band anthem, and I am using it as my background music because it is significant in a place where there is also an initiative against people's lungs and their ability to breathe. If you cannot breathe, you cannot play. And in a music dynasty, the military are your horns and your drums. And I just want you to think about that for a moment as you join the resistance. What might retirement mean for someone who has spent their entire career medically manipulating people for accolades of healing they do not deserve?
It's not just a black population, it's everybody in America, because what he represents is resilience. What he represents is resilience. What he represents is resilience. And the fighting spirit, the can-do attitude that has characterized our success. And, he's putting the agenda of the people on the front burner, not politics. He doesn't go around with his finger in the air seeing which way the wind is blowing and then adapt to that, which is what we see on the other side.
We begin tonight with big money coming in, all to help transform two Hampton Roads communities. The Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development committing $60 million in tax dollars to help the projects.
And HUD Secretary Dr. Ben Carson made that announcement in Newport News. 10 of your side's Brett Hall was there too and brings us a closer look at where all that money is going. Brett?
Tom and Anita, 3,300 public housing authorities in the United States. This year, only 3 were chosen to get this type of grant to redevelop older public housing units, 2 of which just across the water from one another, 2 cities that are ready to move away from their past. It's beyond time. You'll be excited to see the wrecking ball?
Oh man, yeah. Yes, I'm sure many residents were.
Time for Newport News' 259-unit Ridley Place public housing complex to come down. Uganda Sample Jones, who lives nearby, says residents have told her about the issues for years.
They're suffering like with mold, asthma is a problem.
A problem that took a world-famous doctor to help solve.
The city, together with the Redevelopment and Housing Authority, will receive $30 million through the Choice Neighborhood.
HUD Secretary Dr. Ben Carson presented the $30 million check to city leaders so they can transform the Marshall-Ridley neighborhood community to one with mixed-income housing. But in what he calls a rare move, he wasn't done handing out the cash.
And to have 2 areas in the same state to be able to do that is really quite interesting. It's only happened once before.
Norfolk also received $30 million to begin removing the long obsolete Tidewater Gardens housing community downtown.
There's some people who think that all good ideas come from the government. I'm not one of them.
Carson says the selection team was impressed by the amount of public engagement displayed in the plans, as well as the millions already put forward from other sources.
It has been a long road for us.
Norfolk Councilwoman Angela Graves Williams says the real hard part is just beginning. The grant money allows for the Housing Authority to ramp up efforts now to move more than 600 residents ahead of demolition. Now, you probably remember that in Norfolk, there was some pushback on getting this HUD grant. Even a council member sent a letter asking them not to deliver the funds yet because they were unhappy with the process. Well, I talked to one of those groups today, and they say it's now more important than ever that people unite and that the city does not go back on their promises. Reporting live in the newsroom, Brett Hall, 10 on your side.
Pleasure to have Secretary Carson with us, the 17th Secretary of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. We have been spending a day together, and I'm pleased to be joined with 2 of my colleagues on the council, Mrs. Angela Williams-Graves and Mrs. Mamie Johnson are both here, as well as our city manager and his entire executive team. This is Dr. Boone is back there, our superintendent, Dr. Boone. Thank you for being here as well, and John Konak with our Norfolk Redevelopment Housing Authority, as well as the chairperson. This is a great day in the city of Norfolk. I had opportunity to meet the secretary a few months ago and in his office in Washington, and I impressed upon him that I would, on behalf of the city, like for him to come to visit our wonderful, dynamic city. And he graciously agreed to come, and so we have been spending the morning together with our team, looking at opportunities in Norfolk, as well as looking at some of our challenges and how we will meet those challenges together. As a HUD has been a partner in the city of Norfolk since the early 1960s, and we have enjoyed working with HUD on many projects, including projects in Berkeley, as well as Hope 6 in Broad Creek, and the list goes on. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, please give a warm welcome to Dr. Ben Carson.
Thank you. It's been a real joy to be here with Mayor Alexander and some of the council members and having an opportunity to see some things at work. You know, Broad Creek was a project that was embarked upon in the 2001 era, and it still looks new. It looks very good, and we had an opportunity to go in one of the units there. It's absolutely beautiful. And it shows what can be done with the right kinds of partnerships. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to deteriorate. You know, so many people have an aberrant opinion of what assisted housing has to be, but done the right way, particularly with mixed income and with public-private partnerships, absolutely spectacular. And that's one of the reasons that, you know, we're very excited about the whole concept of the opportunity zones, which is part of the new Tax and Jobs Act. With opportunity zones, the ones that will be designated, and I suspect that there will be a designation here, it's possible to take the unrealized capital gains, roll them over into a opportunity fund, which amalgamates those funds, and then can be used for a variety of different investments within the area, including business development, including housing, affordable housing, mixed income housing, infrastructure. There's a whole variety of amazing things that can be done. And we have precedents for being able to do them with some of the programs that have been in existence for a long time. And we can learn from those programs and sort of hone in on the things that really work extremely effectively. And I think that's what's going to make the big difference. Being here, seeing the barge and teaching the young people the importance of you know, ecological responsibility, which, you know, is something that we really as a society need to start doing, talking about what's going to happen 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line based on what we're doing now. And, you know, that involves ecology, that involves financing, it involves all kinds of things. If we begin to think about the people who are coming after us, I think it makes us into more responsible people. What he represents is resilience. And